Hello, I'm Brent Garrity. I've been with the City of Fairfield Fire Department for 7 years now. I think it might be a little longer. Since 2011. Can't count.
I'm Andrew Wilkins. I've been with the City of Fairfield since 2013.
All right. So, what are things we can do to prevent cancer, and how big of a part does it play in the health of firefighters?
Obviously, preventing cancer would be best done by just knowing that there's exposures out there, being aware. Everything from what we're going through right now with COVID, to salvage and overhaul, making sure you're wearing your mask, packing up, to help even keep it from starting to begin with. What was the second part?
How big of a part does it play?
From what I've been
Like
told lately,
die,
it's like one of the number one killers of firefighters these days. So obviously prevention is going to be the number one way to stop that. Just like cardiac events have been in the past. I guess cancer has taken over. So now we're kind of moving into that physical fitness and trying to prevent cardiac arrests from happening from firefighters on duty, and so it's a huge aspect that we need to look into.
All right.
Continue to use fire wipes, shower within the hour after a fire. As much preventative maintenance, I guess, as you can have to combat it as much as possible.
Okay. Do you believe PTSD to play into effect in firefighters' lives?
Yeah, absolutely. I know there's runs that stick out in my head that you never stop thinking about. I know one of the guys I work with came back one day from a class who he kind of put it into perspective of, it might only be like one or two runs you make a year that really get to you, that are constantly in your head, but over the course of a 20-year career, those things start to add up, and I think that's when the PTSD starts settling in.
Yeah. Okay. Why do firefighters need to be physically fit in this profession?
You're not able to help someone because you're not physically fit. What's that going to say about you as a firefighter? I mean, people count on us to save them in their time of need, and we're not able to perform.
Kind of setting you both up for failure.
Yeah.
And kind of how I touched on earlier with cardiac arrest being a huge killer of firefighters. That's the only way you're going to prevent it and really turn that around as being physically fit.
Which last year the number one killer was overexertion and sudden cardiac death. What can we do to lower this in the fire department, as coming up with annual tests to get on a department, as some departments don't do it?
Tests only go so far. You can pass a test, and as soon as that test is over with, you can kind of do what you want. Even if they are annually, you can kind of build up to that when it gets to that point. We talked about it earlier at dinner tonight. You even mentioned about group workouts that are daily. They don't have to be huge things or hour and a half, 2 hours long, just short, quick.
Something to get your heart rate up.
Yep.
Eating
Do it
right,
together.
Eating right is another thing that'll help with that.
What's the other word I'm looking for? Just everyone kind of counting on
Yeah.
each other to make sure that you're getting the work done,
Right.
and not slacking off.
Holding each other responsible for their diets and the workouts and all that. I mean, after all, we're a brotherhood and supposed to look out for everybody, but I feel like a lot of the times that goes by the wayside of eating healthy and working out.
Does the lack of sleep in the firehouse affect your physical and mental health?
I feel like it does. I mean, obviously when you're tired, you don't feel like really doing a whole lot, but
Not just on you, but
Yeah.
your family.
yes.
Can it affect performance on runs with
Oh,
patients
absolutely.
and stuff?
Like, the first couple runs, you're normally okay, and then after that, you kind of, I don't want to say going through the motions, but you're not doing your 100% best every time just because you're tired, and I don't know.
It slips. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't think of everything because your body's not used to being up all night and it's supposed to be sleeping, and you're up try and help somebody, you don't think of everything or you miss out on something.
It can't be healthy to
Yeah.
constantly be in that tired state.
Right.
Trying to play catch up the next day, you miss that whole day, you know, doing something or with your family or,
Right.
and then the day after you're normally
Okay.
caught up, and then you come in, or maybe you didn't get caught up because you couldn't sleep, you had too much going on, so you're coming and showing up to work tired. I'm
On
sure
the 8 ball.
plays a part.
All right. Well, thank you guys.